Hello, everyone. I am Sean Kershaw with
Justin.
Justin Hoff. And
Nice.
today we're going to be talking about the top 3 subjects that he wants to do. First off, let's start with NASCAR.
Yeah.
So, NASCAR, Darlington just passed.
Yeah.
Who won?
Eric Jones.
Eric Jones won. Now, keep in mind, this race started a little late and got over around 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I did not watch the whole race. I watched portions of it. I was flipping on and off, but I'm sure he was watching the whole thing. It was a good race, right?
Yeah, it was
So
a good race.
Eric Jones, huh?
20 years old. He was 20 years
The
old.
young buck.
He's coming to die.
You know, these young drivers have been, like I said, been impressing me. You know, the chase is coming up in like a couple of weeks, man.
A couple weeks.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Right. It is crazy. You're right.
There's so much, at stakes at this point. And now since what do they have next week?
The Brickyard.
They're at Indianapolis next week,
Yeah.
so they're at the Brickyard, and you don't know anything could happen at the Brickyard.
Right.
It's anybody. Kyle Busch is leading the standings.
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Right.
Martin Truex is like in second or third.
Yeah.
There.
Second.
So, it's coming down to the wire here when the chase starts. At that point, it's whoever is going to want to advance more.
Yeah.
And at this point, we don't right now we don't know who wants to advance because the chase hasn't started yet. But when the chase does start, Justin, it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think that when we look at guys like Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch,
Kevin Harvick,
Martin Truex, man. To be honest, who do you think could win this year? I mean, you got a lot of contenders, but who do you think who could win?
Kevin Harvick.
You think Kevin Harvick? Why would you say Kevin Harvick? Why do you think Kevin Harvick? He's a good man.
He's a real good driver.
Kevin Harvick has won the championship.
Yeah, he won the championship
He
last year.
And did he win last year or the year before? I don't remember.
The year before.
I saw Martin Truex won a couple years ago, but yeah, Justin, yeah, guys, that's basically our NASCAR portion of this. On to our next topic. We have a fundraiser baseball game that we're going to on Friday, September 6th. Justin, where is it at?
The Patriots game.
Somerset Patriots?
Yeah, Somerset Patriots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And besides the game, what are we going to be doing though?
Watching the game.
Watching the game and trying to promote our business.
Right.
And, I've been to Somerset Patriots game. The last time I've probably been to a Somerset Patriots game is when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I think that, Justin, this is definitely good for the star throwers. I'm looking forward to it.
Everybody's looking forward to it.
So, yeah,
like Josh, Jenny, everybody's happy.
This guy is definitely looking for it. I think that
we had a good time though. We're having a good time.
It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna have a lot of people.
Big fireworks going off.
Who doesn't want to see the Somerset Patriots game and then fireworks after the game?
Blast off, baby!
It's gonna be an amazing time. You, I, we're all gonna be definitely looking forward to it. It's just gonna be fantastic. So I'm gonna add one more thing. The NFL starts tomorrow night. Packers and Bears. Which is going to be on, I believe, the NFL Network, Justin.
Yeah.
But week 1, all the games premiere on Sunday. If you have this Sunday ticket, which I got at home, you can watch all the games. Justin, I know you're a Giants fan.
Yeah.
You guys play the Cowboys at 4:25 Sunday. My Eagles play at 1 o'clock against the Skins.
Oh, that'd be good.
It's going to be a good time. I think the Eagles are definitely going to win this game.
Yeah.
You guys have a tough game with the Cowboys. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Anything's possible. And let's get to our final one, Justin. We have another fundraiser on the 21st. Where is this at?
Applebee's, baby.
Applebee's. And what are we going to be doing?
Making pancakes, making sausages, everybody.
have us serving the tables. Serving the tables and busting the tables.
Yeah, cleaning them.
You know, these fundraisers, man, have been fun. You know, now we
right.
got another. We got, this one here. It's, I know you're looking forward to the Applebee's. That's on the 21st. And,
Yeah.
I mean, what else can you say, man? I mean, pancakes.
Yeah.
And we would love all you guys to come out. Who doesn't want to have pancakes?
Well,
Right, Justin?
like Josh, you got any pancakes? Do you, Josh?
I love pancakes.
See?
Of course, everybody loves pancakes.
Yeah, like Mikey, like Ronna, like Jenny. She likes
So yeah,
them. Everybody likes them.
That is so. September 21st is our Applebee's fundraiser, right?
Oh
Justin?
yeah.
So yeah, that is all from our podcast today. This has been
Justin.
and Sean Kirshner. Have a good day, everyone.
Oh.
Welcome to the show. This is a show here of all college sports. I'm Big Z.
I'm Justin Hudson.
And of course you are, Justin. No, I'm messing with you. I already knew that's your name. Hey, so we're doing a segment on all sports, such as college. So, Justin, how about New Mexico? Not a bad of a start, huh? 1-2 record, right?
Not bad at all.
Especially for some tough teams they're playing, right?
Yeah.
Like Washington and Portland State, or Portland, correction, to, beating Texas Tech. Wow, the Texas Tech game was, I gotta tell you, this was the first time we saw New Mexico beat Texas Tech, the ranked 22 team, where Texas Tech came away to our stadium and then New Mexico beat them. This was the first time ever. What do you think of that?
That's great.
You know what I was thinking? I think New Mexico wasn't going to fall for the trap.
Yeah.
There's always a trap from the ranked 22 Texas Tech. But I don't think New Mexico fell for it this time, did they, Justin?
No.
I don't think so. They always bring out one of their best players, and it seems that every time they try to play defense on her, they fall for the trap. But not this time. Even bringing out that best player, what happened? They fouled somebody, and what happened, Justin? New Mexico got the goal.
Right.
On a penalty shot. You know why? Because this time, they were trying to set them up for the I like to trap you. But New Mexico, again, as usual, did not fall for it, got the penalty shot, and won the game. Well, so much for Texas Tech winning. So, the next matchup that New Mexico has is Oregon State. How tough do you think that's going to be?
Sounds like a pretty tough one. I think I don't know. It's not going to be an easy match.
No, it won't be. And of course, they're playing them for the first time ever. So, what's your thoughts on this is the very first match ever that they're going to face Oregon State actually tomorrow. So, what's your thoughts? What do you think needs to happen from New Mexico in order to win this one? Maybe something about the defense, my friend.
Yeah, maybe their defense, step up their defense.
Absolutely, like tightening up the field.
Yeah.
In terms of with defense, make sure there's no open spots.
Yeah.
What, they got 11 players? That's enough to fill up the field, right?
Yeah.
Tighten up the space, right?
Yeah.
They won't be able to get past them.
Right.
But as far as Oregon State, they're undefeated so far.
Yeah.
So how can they stop Oregon State? I mean, it's not going to be easy, is it?
No.
I wouldn't think so, especially for undefeated teams, right? I mean, those undefeated teams, very difficult.
Right.
Very difficult to defeat.
Yeah.
To defeat. So now an interesting thing that happened for New Mexico is they lost a lot of players last year.
Yeah.
But a 1-2 record's not too bad to start the season,
No,
is it?
yeah.
So, what do you think's going to happen next with Oregon State and Portland State? What do you like? Do you think it's going to be, they're going to get the wins? They're not going to get the wins? What's the deal with that?
Portland State. I
You
think
know-
they've got a chance to get the win.
Portland State's a decent team, but the one interesting thing is I don't. With New Mexico's defense, I don't think really they have a chance of really. The Portland State defense, I don't really think they have a chance of stopping the offense of New Mexico, or even such as stopping the defense.
Right.
Because they really, honestly, first of all, Gwen Molly, Alani Baker, some new freshmen this year,
Yeah.
all stepping up
Yeah.
with all the seniors that left last year. You really, you got some good players. They really have stepped up. Ava, these players are stepping up.
Yeah.
And, New Mexico's got some good lineups so far this year. I think they could, the one thing is they got away with losing to two really good teams. And I think honestly, they were still good matches. It's just some of these teams are really difficult.
Yeah.
Some of them are really difficult. And
Yeah.
So anyway, we got the loss from Portland. We got the loss from Washington. Like I said, we got Portland State and Oregon State are coming up. We got Oregon State on Thursday,
Yeah.
if I got this right. And we have Portland State on Sunday, if I got that correctly. Maybe you can look it up on your phone just to make sure. Can you do,
Right now?
Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Anyway, I will keep the conversation going. Now, while Justin looks up the schedule here, and we'll talk a little bit about the schedule next, but I'll keep the conversation going. As far as personally the players going out on the field from the instructions of the coach, Heather Dyke just happens to be a really good coach for New Mexico, and really does choose all the right players, all the 11 to show up and get the job done. I would like to see if they can do it again on Thursday and on Sunday. Now, so Justin now can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yes, tomorrow we play Oregon State, and then Sunday is Portland State.
So Justin, now it's your job to tell everybody what the rest of the schedule is. So what do we got?
Sunday the 15th is Northern Arizona.
And and I'll tell you something about Northern Arizona. That should be an easy one. We've played them before. New Mexico has played them before, and it should be one of those matches where you'll just pound them. I'm not saying they're gonna get 20 goals. They might get 6, but they're not gonna get 20, right? That's a little out of control, isn't it?
Yeah.
20 goals, but they might get 6 goals, but yeah, we'll definitely beat Northern Arizona. I know in previous years we've had an opportunity to beat them. So, who's next?
Next is New Mexico State.
New Mexico State. That's a rival game, and obviously the rival game is that's going to be a good one. New Mexico State has had some good matches this year, but the biggest matchup here is going to be the rival game between New Mexico State and New Mexico. Who's next on the schedule?
Colorado State.
Okay, Colorado State is an easy one. We did beat them last year, we beat them the year before, and the year before that. So, once again, we should beat Colorado State. Who's next?
Wyoming.
Wyoming ended up winning their last matchup, but can they stand a chance against New Mexico? Find out. They're going to play them later in the season. What's your opinion on that game, Justin? Do you think New Mexico has a chance of winning?
I think so.
I think so, too. I think Wyoming doesn't stand a chance against New Mexico. Who's next?
Nevada.
Nevada. Well, here's what I can say. They have their flip thrower to throw the balls in instead of just throwing it on their feet, standing on their feet. So this is going to be an interesting match as far as, the talent. Flip throws are part of the talent, Justin, and obviously we'll see what happens here in that matchup, which is on what date?
The Nevada.
Yep.
October 4th.
Okay, so that's the day before my birthday. That should be an interesting matchup, right, Justin?
Yeah.
Especially because it's the day before my birthday.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just throw a party for the heck of it the day before, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I'll just invite myself to your house.
Oh. Okay.
Zach, you're not supposed to invite people
Yeah,
to
that's
people's
supposed to-
houses.
Yeah,
Houses.
you're not supposed to do that.
Maybe we'll celebrate.
Yeah.
Okay, so, by the way, some of the things Justin and I throughout the show might be saying is to be funny. So, just, if you catch an eye on certain things, it's supposed to be funny. So, what's next on the schedule, Justin?
Hold on. Here we go. UNLV.
That stands for the University of Las Vegas.
Yes.
And that should be a good one as well. I think last year we ended up, if we either beat them or tied them. So hopefully we'll either get the tie or a win against them. Who's next?
Utah State.
Utah State is an easy one. We'll get the win on that one. What's next?
Boise State.
Boise State, that's going to be an interesting matchup here, but I believe we can definitely get it done out there. So that's going to be a win. What else?
Colorado College.
Okay, so that's a similarity to Colorado State. However, the colors of the school are different, and the players are different on Colorado College women's soccer. So, from what I can remember with that matchup, and what's the date, Justin?
October 18th.
Okay, so from what I remember last year, I believe the game was tied at 1, and I believe we ended up winning either 2 or 3-1 against them. Does that sound about right from last year?
Yeah.
Focus on this, Justin.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds about right. So then we have Air Force, right? On October 20th.
October 20th is Air Force.
Now, that's going to be live stats, but also a live video, which most of these matches this year are both live stats and video, right?
Yeah.
Confidence, Justin. Say
Yes, confidence. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So, is that the same live video and stats for also October 25th as well?
Yep, against San Jose State, yeah.
Looks like that's the same for the 27th as well,
Yeah,
right?
against Fresno State, yeah.
Looks like most of these matchups, though, are, right?
Yeah, San Diego State.
So yeah, we got some good matchups this season, and let's talk about the newest teams that are on the schedule here that will be going up against New Mexico, right, Justin?
Yeah.
So we mentioned 2 teams earlier, Portland State and Oregon State. Those are 2 new matches, right?
Yeah.
Are there any other new matchups?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think we have 2 new matchups this year. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good season, right, Justin?
Yeah.
I really believe New Mexico can get to the finals again.
Yeah, I do too.
They lost last year, but I certainly believe there is certainly an opportunity for them not only to even get to the finals, but to win the finals. I think this year they're going to win everything this year. I think the seniors are going to step up. I believe the juniors, the sophomores, the freshmen, all will step up on the field. And I believe in New Mexico, which so do you.
Yeah.
And we know what it takes to play soccer. Well, maybe you don't, but I do, right?
Yeah,
Because
you
I
do.
play soccer,
I
right?
don't. Yeah, but yeah, you do.
My advice as far as women's soccer is take every opportunity you got, especially when you're in college, I think is most important to know, right, Justin?
Yes.
Because not everybody loves to, play a sport. But I think it's always good to get some experience and try it.
Right.
It might not be the easiest thing, but I think it can be easy once you get yourself on a groove, right?
Yeah.
I think it's good to try things. You don't just want to go out to college and say, I'm not going to do a sport. Because, first of all, every player that plays a sport, actually, before they even get to that process, every person should realize they have to use their confidence to really believe that they can do something. If you don't use confidence, how can you believe in a sport? How can you believe in yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, it's about time that for everybody who never played sport, and finally they're doing it, right? I mean, yikes. I mean, it's been a couple years now. You're throwing every sport aside. You didn't have confidence, and you didn't play a sport. And now, you're taking the time to really get that experience. Well, at least you're getting that experience now. But could have been much better if you just played your whole entire life. I think some people like to play their whole entire life. I think others like to play a certain amount of time. And I think that just, with confidence, I think that's, some people will say, oh, I like the sport and I want to play it forever. And other people will say, no, I don't want to do it forever. It's... Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
I wanted to let you guys know that the Somerset Patriots ticket sale video is now officially up on YouTube for everyone to see. If you guys wanted to do a live reaction, that'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it would be.
Alright, we're going to pull it up, okay?
Let's take a pause in the action.
Alright, so we're going here to the Star Throwers group. Somerset Patriots tickets on sale now. You guys ready for this? Justin, click it when you're ready.
Hey, you! Star Throwers is selling tickets for the Somerset Patriots game this Friday at 7 p.m. All proceeds benefit the Star Throwers group. Bye. Shoot us a message or give us a call at 655-523-4 to reserve your tickets now. Bye. I'll see you at the ball game, baby.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
There you go. You guys could go back to your regularly scheduled programming.
As we took a break in the action, now we're back. Surprisingly, really, I don't know, Justin. I think that was a good time to take a break in the action, right? For some laughter and some good and a good time watching, right? But now that the commercial's over, it's time to get back to what we were talking about. Where were we? That was a good video, but now the commercial break has came to an end, and no more pause in the action. At least for now, we don't have any pauses. But let's get back to what we were talking about, though. And where did we leave off? You remember?
Something about
Confidence?
confidence.
Okay. So now we're ready after the commercial break to go to the next topic and talk about some of the teams we've been watching this year so far live, right?
Yep.
It's time for me to load up my piece of information. Meanwhile, carry on the conversation, Justin, until I'm ready, please, on soccer and what your opinion is on it.
My opinion on soccer.
On college soccer,
On college.
since you've been, you know, a part of it with me for a while now, and you ended up,
Sorry.
you know, saying I want to join in on this with you. Remember, I was doing this by myself before, so it's nice to get a partner here, and my partner just every day is the kind of guy to be with me here, help me out. What's your opinion?
I think I've had fun with it ever since I started following it with you.
I mean, is it an interesting thing to be a part of?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think that you can benefit from learning from it, knowing that you might not go to college, but at least watching the sport is something that you're willing to do? You'll benefit from it,
Yeah.
knowing what college sports are,
Yeah.
like soccer?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're ready to go here, Justin, and I'll tell you what's coming up.
Yeah.
So for this week here, I ended up watching Delaware Women's Field Hockey Live on Monday, as well as Wyoming Women's Volleyball. Last night was a 7 o'clock game where I ended up watching Alabama State Women's Soccer. They ended up winning 5-0.
Yeah.
Today is Utah State Women's Soccer. That's what we're watching today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but let's tell the viewers what project we have today. We're trying to find a men's soccer match to go along with our women's soccer match today, right, Justin?
Yes.
So Justin and I are going to work a little bit on that today, later on, and try to find a men's soccer match. That's the same for tomorrow as well. We're going to watch a men's soccer match tomorrow too. We got 2 matches on the women's side here for tomorrow that we're rooting for. Of course, we got Santa Clara. We're rooting for them for the first time as they go up against UCLA. It was a tough thing for me to choose, Justin, but in the end, I decided to choose Santa Clara. Would you like to ask me why I chose that?
Yeah, why did you choose that?
Well, because remember the times we watched them play last year?
Yeah.
I really thought that they were a good team.
Yeah,
And even though UCLA is, you know, they're like one of the best schools in California,
Yeah.
I really decided that Santa Clara would be the favorite in that matchup. That they would be the team to win that match. So Santa Clara women's soccer, of course, on Thursday, and another project tomorrow as well. We're going to look for some a men's soccer game as well. As Wednesday, today, obviously, is the start of looking up men's soccer now that the scrimmages have came to an end.
Yeah.
And when the scrimmages come to an end for men's soccer, what does that mean, Justin? Let the excitement happen.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
The excitement's on its way. Men's soccer is officially back.
Yeah.
The downfall is that the sad part is that men's soccer for New Mexico this year, they do not have a team do the budgeting.
Right.
Were you shocked about that when you heard that as a news story?
Yes.
How shocked were you?
Very shocked.
Did you really think that was going to happen?
No.
I didn't think so either. Until I got a call from a shout out to my friend Mark Murphy, who actually told me the information, and I was really shocked. But I was also very upset about it. Weren't you upset too? knowing that
Yeah.
the next day I call you and I say there's no more men's soccer for New Mexico, right?
Right.
That's not a very happy feeling, is it?
No.
No, not really. Hopefully these budget problems will come to an end, and then maybe we can get some men's soccer back on the men's side for New Mexico. Hopefully in a couple of years. But meanwhile, getting back to what we were talking about before, we have one of our favorite teams, our star teams actually, and that would be Villanova women's soccer on Thursday. So we're gonna watch them as well. Now you know that would be a star next to that team, win or
Right.
loss, right?
Yeah.
And of course, they're playing tomorrow. What's your thoughts on Villanova since it's one of our
Well,
favorite teams?
Well, they're a very good team. I know. And they have. I think they. I think that it's been a pretty good season so far for them. I hope they keep it going.
So do I, actually. And I actually, Justin, you know, I have one of my friends playing on that team, honestly. You know that.
Yes.
Now, obviously, we have to give the best of luck to Villanova
Right.
when we watch that matchup tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Now this season, there's some other live games we watched, right?
Right.
Even if it was just me, but
Yeah.
actually the very first matchup of the day, or the two very first matchups we watched. As a matter of fact, there were 6 teams that played on Thursday in the very first week of the season, and 6 Thursday games we watched.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on how the season started for the following teams? Villanova, Bucknell, Manhattan, and South Carolina, and James Madison, and George Washington. So all those teams played on a Thursday, and that was a good start to college soccer, I believe, right, Justin, opinion-wise, because 6 matchups, that's a good start of us watching soccer when it's the first day of soccer coming back for women's soccer, right?
Yeah.
What did you think of those matchups? Well, let's start off with Villanova, first off. Think about Thursday and how we had 6 matchups. Start with Villanova, though. What did you think?
I don't know.
Just give an opinion. You know, it doesn't have to be factual.
About Villanova?
Like, how did they do in their first game of the season?
I think they did well.
I think they scored very well. I think they found all the right spots on the field. Made very good passes, right?
Yeah.
Chose the right lineup.
Yeah.
Picked up a huge win, right?
Yeah.
So the next team is another favorite, which they played on a Thursday as well, Bucknell. What do you think?
I think they had a good start as well. I hope they continue to do well.
I would think, but they are going to do well this season as well. Manhattan had their first game of the season on a Thursday as well this year, and also the first time that we're rooting for them, right, Justin?
Yeah.
Which we have Brielle Floyd, Bree Floyd playing on Manhattan. And how do you think she's going to do this season? She's a former Central women's soccer player.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how she does.
I believe in my mind she's going to do great. But we'll have to find out, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to see some more action of her on the field. Meanwhile, we got another game here, another favorite of ours. South Carolina is one of our favorites, as usual, on that favorites list. South Carolina, their first game. They are still undefeated, of course.
Yeah.
So, what did you think?
I thought it was a good first game. I think they did very well. And
They also put Luciana in the game.
as I said, Luciana, I found it hard it's on the team.
That's right.
Yeah.
And she used to be a former student at Huntington Central and played for the women's soccer team in her high school years, right?
Yeah.
So, she ended up continuing her career.
Yeah.
Plays women's soccer for South Carolina, which I think is a really good thing.
Yeah.
And now South Carolina is having a good season once again, so
Yeah.
far. So now, the next thing. It's not one of our favorite teams, but we still like the team, right, Justin?
Yeah.
It's James Madison Women's Soccer. What did you think? We don't know anybody on the team, but we believe it was a good match, right?
Yeah.
Can you remember if it was a win or loss by any chance?
I do not remember.
I think they might have lost that.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
George Washington Women's Soccer, another favorite. Also the first time rooting for them this year.
I think they're pretty good. I thought they had a good start. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And they seem to have a pretty good roster this year, don't they?
You're right.
You know, we always choose certain teams with certain people that used to play soccer from the high schools that we know, right?
Mm.
And they go on to go to college and continue to play, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we choose those certain teams, right?
Yeah.
Because we know it's going to be exciting matchups, right?
Yeah.
But we also know that we can see some people we used to see play, right?
Yeah.
You've seen some high school matches.
Yeah.
You know I've seen some college matches, right? Went to live stadiums, right?
Uh-huh.
Justin,
Sorry. Yes, I did.
you knew back in 2016, which we're going to get into the story obviously now, which, Justin, do you remember the story? Would you like to tell the viewers what game I went to see in 2016
Yeah.
in California?
Yeah, New Mexico, you saw your cousin.
That's right. And what team did they go up against? The Aztecs, which would be San Diego State, right?
Yes.
And what was the interesting thing? What happened to former girls soccer player Casey Murphy? What happened to her? Something with her hair. She got tugged or something.
Yes, they're tight.
Which is called a what? A clothesline, right?
Yes.
And so, let's talk about how she was respectful to one of her senior friends. Hypothetically speaking, I thought this was a great YouTube video. I watched it 18 days straight. True story.
Mm.
I believe I showed you the video as well, right?
Mm.
So what was the respectful thing she did for one of her players? Gave her an opportunity, right?
Right.
One of the other players on the team got an opportunity to win the game for the whole entire team. And would you like to tell the viewers what the exciting part was? What happened? It was a penalty kick, and did they get the goal?
No. Yes.
Be confident.
Yes, they did. Sorry. Yes.
So say it clearly.
Yeah, yes, they got the goal.
Yes, that's right. And they did get the goal, and they did win. So that was a good match back in 2016. I haven't seen one live at the stadium in a while. I was supposed to go on a trip actually to New Mexico Stadium, but was not able to have the chance and had to cancel the tickets for some other plans in town in California. But still watched the game that night, and New Mexico ended up, I believe, winning that. So it was a good night for them. Now, women's and men's soccer. What are two things that you're going to be excited about this year for women's and men's soccer? Watching them live. Phones, computers.
I hope two things I'm excited for are one, seeing more goals scored, and two, hopefully we'll see some better games than we did last year.
And what was opinion wise, Justin? What did you think opinion wise was the problem last year with some of the teams we were rooting for? What was their problems as far as getting goals to win games in overtime?
What was there?
What was the problem with that? They just, some teams that we rooted for just couldn't.
Right.
They couldn't score, right?
Right.
What do you think they should do this year?
How
can they help themselves to get more goals this year and win games?
Just work on their defense.
Absolutely. Defense is the biggest key part of women's and men's soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, here's station ID, which will be for me to say, obviously, right, Justin?
Yeah.
This is station ID right here on our show here. I'm Big Z with Justin Clipson. We are talking about men's and women's soccer here of all college sports, which is part of the NCAA. And please remember, if you don't have consent here to post pictures, it will be illegal to post them online. Do not post them unless you're getting permission. Right, Justin?
Yes.
Now, why do you think I just said that you have to get permission to put pictures online? Why do you think? What's the biggest reason why? I'll tell you one. You ready? You ready for the answer?
Yeah.
It's because you don't know how the player would feel about them being online. How about if their parents don't want them online in pictures?
Right.
Do you think it's okay to put them up online? No.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Because, and this is, you see, here's the thing. People take advantage. You have to get consent. You have to get permission. Right, Justin?
Right.
And when it comes to college, it's a whole nother level. So.
Yes.
Justin Clemson, your mother's here.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have to go. I have a dentist appointment. So.
Okay, I got this. Justin Clemson was my partner. I'm going to continue the show. And we'll go to a commercial break real quick. During the commercial break, we're going to play some Mets baseball versus the Nets.
590. He's hitting 390 in his last 12 games against the Nationals. And rips the 3-1 over to Rendon. Double play ball easily tailored up. And that's the first two outs here in the second.
You know, you look at the game last night, 11-10, great win by the Nats. But here, he just nails this. This is a one-hopper to Rendon with easy 6-4-3 double play. But the point is that when you're a hitter or a pitcher, here's a fastball down the middle. I'm with you on J.D. Davis. He can rake, and this guy's getting a chance to play every day. Find a spot in left field. He's a good hitter. But, you know, there it is. Two-hopper, runner at third, 2 outs.
And Ramos now at third for Ahmed Rosario. He's back in the lineup after a day off yesterday. They went with Luis Guillorme against Scherzer. Big second half for Rosario.
I like what the Mets did with Rosario at shortstop, improving his defense, getting him in a better ready position, and getting his timing at shortstop. Everybody talks about your timing at the plate, but a lot of times, as an infielder, if you're not in a good ready position as the pitch is in the zone, you have a tendency to get bad jumps on ground balls, and that reduces your range. The Mets went into all the analytics. They filmed him at shortstop, and they said, hey, you know.
Back from the commercial break, viewers, as usual, For all Mets action, you will be able to see it live on Channel 76 on your TV provider. For more information on how you can watch the Mets play here each game of the season, with the last couple weeks of baseball, you can go online to NewYorkMets.com. You can look them up and go to their website. Now, that's the end of that commercial, and now back to wrap up here the talk here today on New Mexico and other women's and men's soccer. For more information here and you want to look it up, go on to the NCAA website to look up D1, 2, and 3 on the women's and men's soccer, especially New Mexico, or go to New Mexico's website. I'm Big Z. Of course, I had my partner Justin with me. Had to go to an appointment. And I will see you soon with, remember, we have our show here. Of course, that is a part of we have our show, which is the Star Throwers one. So don't forget that you can watch that. Watch the episodes on YouTube. And for now, have a great day. And next week, there will be some more college talk with me and Justin Clemson. Have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. We'll see you next week.